As we approach the end of this year, there's a trap that a lot of people fall into that I want to talk about today because I don't want you to fall into that trap too. If perhaps you set yourself some goals at the beginning of this year, or you wrote yourself a scripting letter, or you created a vision board for this year, and there are still some things that you haven't ticked off yet, then as we approach the end of the year, you've sort of got two options. It can be a healthy kick up the bum sometimes for us to think, okay, let me stop procrastinating, let me stop putting it off, and let me do that thing so that I can feel like I've accomplished it by the end of this year, and I can tick it off and celebrate. And if you use the sort of sense of urgency energy positively, it can be great, right? That can be beneficial, but don't fall into the trap of feeling terrible about yourself, feeling like a failure, putting loads of unnecessary pressure and torture on yourself to try and force things to happen by a deadline that perhaps only you set yourself. Perhaps you had this idea that it had to manifest before the end of this year, and maybe then it's making you feel lack because it hasn't fully unfolded yet. So it's important to also bear in mind that some things will unfold in their divine timing, not necessarily by the deadline that we put on it. And if something is still unfolding, if something is still in the process of manifesting, if it is taking a little bit longer than you imagined or predicted that it would, don't throw in the towel, don't have doubts, don't let that cause you to feel like it's not working just because it hasn't fully come to fruition yet. So I'll give an example. I'll share a story of, sorry, I'm quite out of breath because I'm walking and talking and 33 weeks pregnant right now. So I'll just catch my breath. And I'll share with you an example of how I created a vision board. And actually, it was one of my most effective vision boards that I'd ever created. About 60–70% of everything on the vision board manifested within the first 6 months of the year. But then there were a few goals that, come the end of the year, still hadn't manifested. Now, I had two options of how to feel about this. I could have felt like, oh, I've failed, these things haven't happened. Or what I chose to do instead was I thought, I'm not going to let that bother me for one single moment. And just because it doesn't happen by December 31st doesn't mean it's never going to happen, doesn't mean it's not happening at all. I just stayed in the mindset of feeling optimistic, excited, expectant, looking forward to it unfolding when it was ready to unfold and when I was also ready for it. Also aware that some things don't manifest now immediately when we want it to, because we might actually not be ready to hold on to it, to sustain it. And so if that's the case, then instead of looking outward, instead of just doubting and feeling frustrated, we can go, okay, how can I bridge the gap? How can I close the gap? What can I change? What can I shift? What stories that go around in my head need to be adjusted to bridge the gap between where I have been being vibrationally and getting to where I want to get to and manifesting the outcomes sooner rather than later? So as the holiday season approaches, I'm aware that the world is bombarding us all with plenty of Black Friday discounts and deals and offers and stuff like that. And so what I thought I would do is take the opportunity to give you access to some of the tools and the workshops that I think would help support you the most right now. If you're in that place where you want to be able to bridge the gap, close down that gap, manifest some things, into your life by the end of this year, or at least setting yourself up to have the best start to the next year, being in momentum, seeing things falling into place, things that have perhaps felt a bit like they've been slowing down or getting a bit stagnant. What I want to do is I want to sort of use this opportunity of Black Friday to give you access to all of the best tools I've ever created that will help you with that at a fraction of the price of how much they're normally worth, how much they're normally available for. So I'll put the details down below if you want to have a look at the Manifestation Black Friday bundle that I've come up with, that I've put together. For those of you, maybe you don't buy into the whole Black Friday thing when people are running through the stores and buying things they don't need, and that may or may not be your cup of tea. If it is, great. If it isn't, great. But I wanted to provide you with an opportunity to receive tools that could really help you and heavily discount them for you for this Black Friday season. So if that resonates with you, you can take a look. I hope you find it useful. I hope you find it valuable. And remember, as you step into the new year, there is no need to beat yourself up. There is no need to put lots of unnecessary pressure, stress, and torture over yourself. You definitely don't need to be doubting the process or telling yourself that it's never going to happen. On the contrary, you are perfectly on time. You are exactly where you need to be. Everything is on track. Things are unfolding exactly as they are supposed to. And even if you can't see it in this moment, trust that the universe is taking you, guiding you, conspiring on your behalf and moving things into place to provide you with exactly what is meant for you, exactly what you want, or even better. I love being open to that. You know, that the universe is bringing it to me, or it's bringing me something even better, something that's not even on my radar, something that I'm not even consciously aware of, but is way bigger and better than I could even consciously compute with my tiny human brain. So if you found this reminder valuable during this holiday season and end of year time, let me know. Feel free to take a look at the Black Friday bundle down below in the description, in the show notes, and I will see you next time. Lots of love.